So I want to start off with, I'm watching this movie and I'm like getting a Mad Max vibe. I'm getting a Blade Runner vibe. That's got to be kind of
nailing it.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of awesome to kind of live in that, and especially because you guys are already so tight. What was that like? And was that? Am I just making that up? Were you guys playing with those?
Oh, absolutely. No, you're nailing it. That's Wes is entirely the whole opening sequence. I think everybody was thinking Mad Max.
Fury Road, man.
We were trying to stay away from that, obviously, but it's undeniable that just the sort of comps to it, I guess.
Yeah.
And it absolutely inspired it. And Blade Runner is a huge inspiration for our filmmaker, and throughout these films, all three of them. And it's just kind of cool to be like, look, we still want it to be our own thing. It'd be amazing if anyone ever said one day like, oh, that movie reminds me of Maze Runner back in the day. That'd be amazing, you know. But these are all these movies that inform our films and influence them. So that, that's super cool that you caught on to that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this movie and you're like, a lot of these movies didn't have the success that this series does. Why is that for you?
Well, I think for me, it's cool that I hope people can appreciate movies like this. Like when you watch the opening sequence, I loved seeing it on the big screen, and that's what growing up as a kid, like I love seeing movies like that on the big screen. And so I hope that doesn't become a dying art, and I hope that, because of a Mad Max or because of our film, if we can even be blessed to be put in that same category, can have that same kind of excitement and just drive people to go to the theaters and watch big movies be made.
Both of you two have a pretty heavy emotional arc. What was that like, kind of bringing to this story and kind of getting to really get the acting going on this one? That was good performances from both of you two.
Being with a character for a good few years now and get to kind of punch in and do something quite different with him.
Yeah.
That was just an enjoyable experience, and kind of opened me up to kind of a new side to that character, which was nice. And yeah, it was fun playing around with the kind of schizophrenic side of it as well, and kind of jumping back and forth between those two worlds was interesting, and challenging. It was
fun to watch.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. What about you? You get to be kind of the bad guy, but kind of not really. It's interesting. It's a nice little role for you.
Yeah, I mean, I signed up for these movies 5 years ago because I knew the arc that she would have, and I knew she wasn't just the token chick that would be there. She actually has really interesting kind of nuanced character flaws to her, and I wanted to play with that. I kind of really am searching to play roles that I wouldn't necessarily agree with, and she makes these huge decisions that upset a lot of people, and I found a way of understanding that, and that's always cool when you do it with a character.
Well, I think there's a lot to be said about the story of these movies, and it does say something about the society we're living in, where, well, what is the greater good? Do you guys play into that as an actor? Do you kind of bring that in, thinking about real-world experiences, or with a film like this, or is it just pure fantasy for you?
No, with anything, I think you're always informed by yourself and how your mind works, and with certain things, obviously, you're still playing a character, but it's undeniable. It's unavoidable to kind of have parts of yourself, elements of you, bleed into what you're playing, and how you interpret a character, and how you kind of see them, and choose to portray them. And so I think it's the only way I'd know how to even do it, I think, or start on, is just by going off of things that I've experienced, things that I know, or and then it's obviously all that blended with your imagination and putting yourself in the shoes of this person, and putting yourself in this world and surrounded by these people, and then just and then you just wing it.
What is this place?
Who put us here? We don't know.
What if we were sent here for a reason?
You're so close to the truth. Don't you want to know why this all happened?
3 years we spent behind walls trying to break out, and now we want to break back in. I get shotgun.
You can't save everyone, Thomas.
I can try.
When the hell does it stop?
It stops when we find a cure.
There is no cure! Hang on!
Thomas, you can save your friends, or you can save us all.